Well, let's see if this one records. Having issues. Looks like I'm going to lose all my Honda footage. So let's see if we can get this one to come out. A6 LF2. Nobody's got the pistons or the clutches. So I just want it put back together with the new seals and go that way. So we got the lip down. Taper of the tips of our snap ring up. I'm going to put the opening over here somewhere away from that opening. So we got one-sided frictions. We're going to keep all the teeth together and the open areas together. Start with the outside teeth. Pressure plate, our snap ring. These sealing rings, I'm not going to change them. I've been having trouble with these sealing rings that are coming in the kits. So as long as it fits up in that pump tight, I'm going to leave it alone. Alright, our D seal is going to go on the inner. Make sure it's not rolled. And we got another D seal that goes on the outside. Again, make sure it's not rolled. Some lube on the situation. Our return spring. Our piston with the lip down. And here again we're going to do the same thing, put the taper of our tips up, and we're going to put the opening over here. Now here again we're going to keep our teeth together and our openings together. That one may go here. Maybe that's what my problem is. Maybe you got the wrong one. Yeah, fits pretty good there. I'm going to put this on there. And we got the same thing where the flat's on the back side, that's inner. There we go. And then flat's on the inside, that's the outer. There we go. O-ring in the middle. And the D-ring on the outside. There, got our bearing in here. Got our race. Goes on the outside up here. Come on. What you wanting to drop? There we go. We got our 2-tab washer. Tabs go in here. Large sun gear. Our bearing, lip down. Our race on top. This race on top. Actually, probably going to need to put this in afterwards. Put our planet in. Our ring gear. Our snap ring. Put this washer with the lip down. Our bearing, the bearing side down. Our snap ring. And our teeth are going to have to line up on this planet. Hold this all together. that clips in. And we got our 3-tab washer. Tabs go in those little holes right there. On the back side, we got this bearing. It's gonna sit right there. Alright, the front bushing fit nice and tight, so I think we're gonna be okay. I put the notch right there. There's a spot on here where the bushing is put together, where the seam comes together. That ended up being right over here. So I just want to make sure it wasn't in where it's being staked, or in this area right here. Alright, the front seal barely has a lip holding that spring on. So what I do in that case is I get some grease that's really quick to dissolve, so I get the thin gold, and I just run a small bead around there, and that'll help keep that spring from popping off of there. So you want something that's going to melt really quick, because you don't want to build up any pressure behind that seal. And I take 3M weather strip adhesive and I put on the outside of my seals, just a little bit, don't take much. Let me go press this seal in. Alright, we got a dot on our outer gear, faces up. Dot on our inner gear, faces up. Alright, our ports right here. This is going to sit right there. Alright, 30 Torx with the rounded heads. Torx with the beveled heads. again. I'm just going to reuse the old sealing rings. I've been running into too many problems with these later units and these sealing ring kits, and apparently so is ATSG and ATRA. A lot of these trannies, they recommend you don't even replace them. So the sealing ring goes together like so, and it's sticking out a little bit, so I'm going to put me a little tab of grease in there to help hold that in. And a 3-tab washer on the back. Those tabs go in those holes. Piston go in here. Our tab fits right there. Return spring, our retainer, our snap ring. We're going to put the taper of our tips up. Just make sure we're definitely all the way up in that groove. Get our O-ring for our pump. That is a tad bit on the loose side. Hopefully it don't get cut going in. Alright, there's no need to take out your park mechanism. Go ahead and put your transfer gear down in. Put this gear down in. There's no need to take this apart. You are supposed to check it. I don't have the socket right now. I've been waiting for the thing to come in, and I got to get me another torque wrench because it's supposed to be like 200 foot-pounds. I don't have a torque wrench that goes that high, so I got to get one for that. So the gear sits down into there. I notice that some of them have a little bit more of a shoulder here, so I'm assuming those are the ones that go for everything else. There's 3 that the threads are almost all the way up, and that's the ones I'm going to put where I marked my X's. So there's 3 of them. There's one here, one here, and I think it's this one. Yes. Okay. So get this pretty much lined up. .40 Torx. Alright, and we got this bracket that goes in. Gotta go in pretty straight or it will get stuck. Got this turned wrong. Wondering what's going on here. Alright, there we go. Just got a cutout that fits over that gear right there. And you got these other 40 Torx that go in all these other bolt holes. Go ahead and lube up the inside of this. We got these two hold down bolts that go in here. This feed hole goes right over in here. Got these 230 Torx that hold that in. Lube up our piston. Two notches right here, face over here. Train spring, snap ring, taper the tips up. Alright, now we're going to flip this over. Move this case up. Move up the piston. Put our return spring in. Let's see. The opening was over here. Flat snap ring. Just a little bit. Here we go. I like that a lot better. Alright, our planetary assembly. Make sure that bearing was on the back side there. And let's see here. Remember how this went. I think the opening goes up here. Let me go see if I can find this out. Should have looked at that when I took it apart. Alright, we got a big opening and a smaller opening, 3 tabs. This opening goes right here, the large opening goes down here at the bottom. Alright, got the pressure plate, got the cushion plate, we got a steel. And we alternate steels and clutches. Got a pressure plate, and we got the flat snap ring at the 1 o'clock. And we got the sprag, and it has the word front on it. We got the 2 large lugs go down here at the bottom. I thought that's where they went. I guess I am mistaken. Let's see here. Can't go there. Alright, I've got the word front. That faces towards the front of the tranny. Yeah, it's got to be the way it is. So let's try this right down here. Okay, so the two big lugs do go down here. Word front faces towards the front of the tranny. And then it's going to freewheel counterclockwise and lock clockwise. Then we got the flat snap ring, 1 o'clock position. Turn that back a little bit. And let's see if we can move that back a little bit. Alrighty, now we got our drum. It's going to sit in here. Sounds solid. We got these 3 large seals that go back here. One goes up here in the corner, 2 down here. Silicone on here. Bearing on the back. Race down in the cover. So you have to get with it. I'm getting tired of this crap. $12 millimeters. Alright, we got this hub face down, plastic 2-tab washer, tabs go in those holes. Large opening goes down here. And where did my opening go? Alright, the opening is up here at about the 1 o'clock position. And we got this hub sits on top. Go. This bearing sits like that. Got our large opening again back down here at the bottom, or at the 9 o'clock. cushion plate on top. The drum sits on top. Sounds solid. There's two seals down inside this differential. You have to take it apart. Oh, here they are. You got to take this differential apart to get to them. And they press into the spider gears. So we're going to take this apart. Once I get this apart, I'll be back. And that's why I didn't take this all the way apart. If you want to take this apart to get the other one, you got to pull these pins out, pull your spider gears out. But my advice is don't do it, because I've run into this before. It was very hard to get this out, so it wasn't going to leak. This one just damn near just pushes in, so it's going to fall out. So I'm going to glue it in place and put this back together. But so I would say don't take it apart. Most of these, they have to get really bad for these to leak. So there's no need to take that apart. It's almost time to go home, so I'm gonna let that sit in there and dry overnight just like that. I don't want to flip it over and let gravity work on it, so we'll come back and put this back together in the morning. Here's a washer that goes on the back side of each of the spider gears. It sits on top. There's two Phillips head screws that go here and here that you got to take off, and then your ring gear, right-handed threads, 3/4 or 19 millimeters on your bolts here. So in the morning I'll have that all put back together, and then we'll go on, put the case half on, and do the valve body. Alright, I got this little spring here, 445 thousandths, 290, 52. Spring, 500 thousandths, 181, 22, Alright, I've got these little filters that go in here. The rubber end goes up. It goes right there. Right there. do this without screwing this up. Got a filter that goes in right here. Another little plunger here. I believe all these springs are probably going to be the same. 446, 289, 53. This goes this way. Alright. And we got $515. 177, 23, 'Alright, it's the same. Goes right there. This upside down. Come on now. This little keeper here kept falling out on me. This one here. We've got a large one here. You should all these springs and everything should be the same. We've got the small one here, another large one, the reason I turn these upside down is because it's easier to get them out. A small one. And a large one. Another large one. And we got $669 thousandths, 275, 40, and our check ball 281. And 8 millimeters that hold this down. looks like there's two lineup bolts here. There's two right there. Go ahead and tighten these down. Alright. And we go this way. And there's two different colored bolts here. These kind of, well, actually there's three. I gotta remember where the other one went. One went here, one went here. Figure this out here. Maybe it's a little bit longer. I would say it goes down here. Alright, 10 millimeters. Alright. Manual valve goes in here. Got a large accumulator here. Spring is pink. 1 inch, 49 thousandths, 640, 91. Small one. Springs are white. Outer one, inch, 29 thousandths, 478, 69. Inner one, inch, 52 thousandths, 315, 46. Large one, yellow springs. Outer one is inch, 73 thousandths, 645, 91. Inner one, 840, 418, 82. Another large one, pink spring, inch, 45, 645, 92. Another large one. Outer spring is green, inch, 114 thousandths, 647, 83. Inner spring is yellow. 842, 415, 77. Bracket with 3 10s. To move the camera, I think, and no, maybe I'll leave it down here. I think you can see this just fine. Got our differential in there now. There's an O-ring that goes on each side of this, down in a little groove in there. You want to put moly grease on your axles when you're putting them in there because they rust. We got a large seal that goes here. And 4 small ones that go over here. Alright, pump goes in. $12mm. Oops, almost lost it. And 2 5mm Allen heads on the filter. Ammo, get started in there. Alright. Down in here, these races have the shims for the adjustment on the bearings. So if these come out, make sure that you get those back in there. Just silicone the case. And don't take much. You don't need a lot. All it's going to do is squeeze it out. And then it squeezes into your case. Go ahead and leave your axle seals out. If you try to put your axle seals on first, you're just going to roll the spring out of your seal. And that's 12 millimeters. Those long ones. Short ones go in the back. Not the back here, but the back cover. All the bolts on the bell housing are the long ones. You got 4, 5 of them coming from the back side. And put my axle seal in. Here again we got a short lip, so we're going to put some grease around that. Go ahead and grease up the outside. Kind of started in. We may have to get a lip seal tool to help get it around there. Make sure that you get it kind of even. And we want to recess it a little bit so it's around this shaft. Tighten up these other bolts over here. And flip this up and put the other axle seal in. Linkage up in there. And make sure we're going through the park mechanism. Change our lever seal. Come on, get down. There we go. Baby heel bar. So we can get this seal out of here. We got the lip for that thing. It's facing down. We're going to grease this up. and just push in. Alright, get back up in here. Little pin in. Let's go ahead and measure that because it can get lost really easy. It's 117 thousandths outside diameter, length of 1 inch. And let's find our spot. Should be somewhere right in there. Come on. Where are you at? Want to fit awfully tight. I don't want to jam it in there and not be able to get it back out. It's in the right spot. Always replace this harness. Number one failure with these units. Get your speed sensors and plug them in. Go ahead and grease up our connector. I'm going to bring this around here where I can get to it. We got to shove the connector up in there. Speed sensors bolt up right here, and then we'll be back. I'm sorry, the harness bolts up in there and the speed sensors are down below. Okay, the harness bolts into these two spots right here. The speed sensors are down here. We got two rubber seals that go in here. These little dudes right here. You can put some grease in there if you need to. Keep them in place. Our manual valve is going to go up in this hole right here. We have the two dowel pins. One's going to line up here, the other one's down here. And we'll bring this over here where I can get to it and put this on there, and then we'll be back. Alright, there's a little raised up area like that right there. It's got to get behind the linkage, and it's kind of a pain to get it back there. Okay, got a really long one, medium ones, medium ones over here. Two medium ones, or short ones down here. Where's it? One. It's one. And it's a little short. Goes there. And we plug our harness in. Temp sensor. The short bolts go on the harness. This little bit longer bolt goes on the temp sensor. Alright. Got our bracket. Holds our harness in up here. Little short tin. Put the pan on, just silicone. Alright, we got our little washers for our banjo bolts. And let's see, going this way, one on each side. They didn't give the ones for up here, so I have to reuse the old one, and they're 19 millimeters. on the bracket. Nope, not 19 millimeter. I think we went through this before. 7/8. And that's it for this one.